Hi, welcome to How to Repair, and welcome to the Western Sahara. I'm at a place called Khnifiss National Park, which I'm staying for a couple of days because I've managed to organise some local fishermen to take us out onto one of the most beautiful lagoons I have ever come across. And yes, it is a military zone, and as you can see out there on the desert banks, you can see the outposts of the military, and they are all down the front here. But sometimes you have to come to the most remote locations in the world to actually find these gems. The camping here costs you a stunning £1.50 per night. And the wildlife is stunning. Anyway, before I go down to the camper to show you around, I'd like to ask everyone one thing. Please take your rubbish with you if you ever visit this location. They do not have facilities for getting rid of the rubbish because it is in such a remote location. And there are a few small towns in the area, but they do not have the facilities for getting rid of rubbish. We have Casablanca, about 700 miles in that direction, and we have Dakar, about another 600 miles in that direction. Let's go down the lagoon to have a look. Going for a walk out onto the dunes. I was advised not to take the motorbike down here. Okay, had a nice walk all the way around, got myself in a little bit of trouble, but as you can see across the other side there's 5 flamingos, and they're in stone throwing distance, and the sand dunes in the background. The reason I'm doing this quick video is just basically I walked up all the way around this lagoon and I got about halfway, and next thing you know I was swamped by Moroccan military. This must be a protection area to stop them coming across from deep in Western Sahara to this side. They've got a lot of lookout posts that I saw along the top there. After the telling off I had, I'm not going to point the camera in that direction now, but I did snap a couple earlier which I might put up on the screen. Well, up in the distance there you can see 2 armed guards. I just walked up there and they basically said from this point on you're not allowed to walk. My French isn't good enough to understand why, but I wanted to walk around to the other side. But take a look at this. Absolutely stunning. Well, got up early this morning to take a boat. Managed to talk a fisherman into renting the boat to us. I might have paid a little bit over the odds. I paid 300 for a couple of hours, but that's just for the boat for myself, so we can do some filming out on the sand dunes and then going down this waterway system that you can see here. I'll just flick the camera around for you. Absolutely still this morning, and that's why we got up early, because the Sahara wind really kicks in the afternoon. Okay, here this morning on Naila lagoon, and I'll put all the links to this video in the description. This is right down on the border of Western Sahara before we cross over tomorrow. We'll be taking a look right down into the problem zone. But we managed to get a local fisherman to take us out for a few hours this morning to have a look around this lagoon. Okay, coming down to the sand where I couldn't walk yesterday, but as you can see, the flamingos. Don't know what the other birds are. You can leave all that in the comments for you bird watchers. We've come up with the fishing boat all the way to the end of the lagoon, and the ocean is just over here. You can see the surf breaking, and then if we come round, we're going to go down the other side, and if you look really in the distance here, you can see a few vehicles on top of the cliffs there, and that's where we're parked with the camper. What's absolutely amazing here, there's not a footprint apart from mine anywhere on the sand. We're not allowed to walk over these dunes. The reason being, well, the military has asked us not to go traipsing over the dunes at all. I'm not quite sure if that's because of ordnance that may be there, or just they want to make sure that we are kept safe. But it is an absolutely stunning location, and I'm so lucky that we bothered to get up really early this morning to actually come out here and film this for you, because during the day the wind really does pick up and this becomes very, very choppy. I can already feel the breeze kicking in. It's about 9:30 in the morning at the moment. By about 11 o'clock I imagine that will be quite choppy. And I'm going to put the hat on because this old Swede is really suffering and the ears are already starting to burn. Ocean in that direction. You can see the waves breaking there. 50 miles off that you've got the Canaries, and then you've got Lanzarote and Fuerteventura, which are the closest islands. But this lagoon is absolutely stunning, and really coming out here first thing in the morning is highly recommended because the wind is down reasonably low. I have no idea what all these birds are. The wildlife is absolutely beautiful. Large flock of flamingos in the distance there. Well, I think we're going to get a flyby. They're just hovering in the wind at the moment. But this is nature at its best. What more can you say? Très bon. There you've got the Sahara Desert, and then if you look closely on the shoreline here, there's a couple of flamingos here. And then if you look over this side, we've got a whole flock of flamingos feeding, most probably on krill. But I'm so lucky I got out of bed this morning to come out here before the wind really kicks in. I actually might become a twitcher. I mean, we've cut the engine, we're using the wind just to funnel us through this shallow part of the lagoon here. But we've really managed to get close up to the flamingos that you can see there. And I'm going to keep the camera rolling because you just do not know when they're going to take off. Because that's about as close as we could possibly get to them. Okay, what a fantastic day. It's, you know, been a great morning, and I can't emphasize coming out here early. And when I say early, try to get going by 7:30, 8 o'clock, because as the day picks up, the heat is immense, and once that wind kicks in, it will be a choppy ride out there. We've been here a couple of days now, and the one thing I would like to say, and maybe someone in government will notice, and as we go up the shoreline, you will notice litter. Now, litter is not the problem of just the local people or the tourists that come here. They do have collection points, and these collection points do suffer from the elements. In other words, if they do have a bad storm, where winds can get up to 70, 80 knots through this area, that rubbish can get blown into the lagoon, and it doesn't get collected. And this is a problem because it is so remote. I think the nearest major city is about 200 miles away. And, you know, when you consider that they have to collect the rubbish, and we've most probably got somewhere in the region of about 40 to 50 army personnel that are here looking after the region, then we end up with 5-10 campers every day, plus the tourism from local people, hotels and so on, and it all adds to the problem. And if you just look at the beach here, on the side, you can actually see where plastic bottles and rubbish has built up over time. It would be such a fantastic country. The people are absolutely brilliant. The security guards and the military look after you like you were family. And the whole area is absolutely stunning. And it's just the litter that lets it down. But there's so much that could be done with this. I believe they've got the football next year. Coming to Morocco, Spain and Portugal, and maybe they'll be doing something by then. But what a stunning place and a stunning location. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and there's a whole playlist about Morocco and all the places that I visited while going through Morocco. Plus there's a whole video series on the appliance industry in North Africa. Thanks very much indeed for watching.